If you grew up with icebox cakes or cookies, you already know this cookie, Nabisco Famous Chocolate Wafers. Thin, dark, perfect with whipped cream, but in 2023 they've vanished. So now we're asking, what's the best replacement? I've got three contenders. We're talking size, texture, taste, and most importantly, how they hold up in icebox cookies. Let's find the new go-to. These are the contenders: Dewey's Brownie Crisp, Oreo's 3-inch ice cream wafers, and Scalloped Chocolate Ice Cream Wafers. Let's talk size. The original Nabisco wafer, about 2.5 inches. Dewey's Brownie Crisp is noticeably smaller, but still about twice the size of a quarter. The Oreo ice cream wafer and scallop wafer, just slightly larger than the original Nabisco, but not by much. Now onto cookie thickness. Using a quarter for scale, the Oreo wafer is noticeably thicker, about 2.5 times the original thickness. The scalloped ice cream wafer, about twice as thick. Dewey's, though, is thinner, just a touch slimmer than the original wafer. Let's break down the texture and taste. Dewey's, it's got that classic snappy break, and yes, a few broken pieces, just like the old Nabisco packs. The flavor, sharp chocolate, just like the original. Oreo has a thicker break, with a lighter chocolate flavor and a hint of graham cracker taste. The scalloped wafer snaps firmly with a softer chocolate flavor and a bread-like hint flavor. In the end, Dewey's nails that original feel in both texture and taste. This is where things start to look familiar. Whipped cream and stacked wafers. You can already see differences just from the cookie sizes alone, but looks aren't everything. We'll place these in the refrigerator for 24 hours to let them fully soften. Then we'll come back for the final verdict and the winner. This is the moment that matters. Starting with the Oreo wafer, as soon as the fork goes in, everything feels right. All three layers are soft, the size is familiar, and the flavor instantly brings you back. You get a balanced mix of chocolate and whipped cream with that rich, slightly heavy feel that icebox cookies are known for. The bottom layer holds just a bit more structure, but it's still soft and it works. Dewey's is interesting because the wafer is so thin it completely absorbs the ice cream. The texture is smooth and delicate, but the flavor shifts here. The whipped cream leads and the chocolate plays more of a supporting role. It's a lighter, very enjoyable, and honestly something I'd be excited to serve to guests. Personally, I also really like the smaller size, but it does feel like a lighter take on the original. The scalloped ice cream wafer doesn't hold up. Even after 24 hours, the bottom layer still has a crunch. The chocolate and the cream balance never comes together, and instead of feeling like an icebox cookie, it turns into something else entirely. These are great for ice cream sandwiches, but that's where they should stay. So, if the goal is to find the closest replacement to the original Nabisco Famous Chocolate Wafer, the winner is clear. The Oreo wafer comes in at 9.5 out of 10, with the size, feel, and flavor that most closely match what we all remember. That said, Dewey's deserves real credit. With its lighter profile and smaller size, it earns a solid 9 out of 10, and it's a fantastic option if you want something a little more delicate to serve.